The Smashing Machine does not deserve any Oscars. Here's why. Let's talk movie. And this week, The Smashing Machine. Directed by Benny Safdie. That's right, the Safdie brothers are apart for now. We'll get back to that. This is the story of professional MMA fighter Mark Kerr, played by Dwayne Johnson. We see about 3 or 4 years of Mark Kerr's career within the late 90s. A lot of fighting, a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of smashing. To get some more information about The Smashing Machine, I decided to watch the original documentary back in 2002. Honestly, I prefer the OG over this. But real quick, Emily Blunt needs to get her agent fired because she has to stop just being the powerful wife, the powerful mother figure, the powerful girl that the guy just relies on. I feel like she's worth way more than that. Like, has she not proven by now that she can stand tall on her own without really needing the support role? You're wondering, is this Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's best role yet? What I'll simply say is yes, but it's not proving much. You think back, and The Rock, for the most part, in his entire career, has kind of been different shades of the same character. He even said it at a film festival that he felt like he was shoehorned into this role, and that he took opportunity for this role of Mark Kerr that he can show a different side of him. And yes, he did that, but it's not saying a lot considering all the other iterations of himself as other characters. So while yes, this is the best work for him, it's not saying much because he doesn't really have anything else to compare off of, but he is still apparently cutting weight for his next role with Martin Scorsese in Lizard Music. So maybe when that film comes, maybe then we'll get a little bit more of what Dwayne Johnson has in his acting range. Do I think he deserves an Oscar for this performance? No, but I do think that he should be in more consideration for different roles, not just the big Hollywood blockbuster things. Speaking of Hollywood blockbuster, Smashing Machine, as of this recording, is not doing very well at the box office, opening up to $6 or $7 million domestically. So that left people wondering, does Dwayne Johnson still have the level of pull as a superstar like he used to? Or are those days simply over? I understand I made a video talking about the Dwayne Johnson problem in Hollywood, but I'm gonna be easy on him. Because trust me when I say this, I love The Rock as a wrestler. As an actor, I'm torn because we haven't seen much of him breaking out into different roles. Maybe with Smashing Machine, the door will open wider for that to happen. Fall is here, ladies and gentlemen, which means it's gonna get colder outside, which means you're gonna need some longer sleeves. And it just so happens that I'm wearing our brand new Oni anniversary drop crew neck. Check it out, onlyoni.com, and use code ARIES for 15% off your order. Check it out today. Where Smashing Machine differs from the original documentary is that they take more from the relationship between Mark Kerr and his girlfriend at the time, Dawn. Honestly, it made it boring. I will honestly say that I dozed for about 10 minutes, in and out. Ugh. I'm up. If I'm dozing during an Oscar campaign level performance, you think that's worth an Oscar? He also showed less of Mark Coleman here, and to me, I felt like he was a very integral part to Mark Kerr's fighting psyche. Like, he was such a driving force. I mean, he trained with him, he wrestled with him, he was even going to compete against him. Just wish I could have seen a little more from him. It was cool to see Bas Rutten come back and reprise himself in the documentary, but now for the actual film. Another difference between the original and this new motion picture is that the end was pieced together so well. Like, it did feel like a culmination to something unexpected, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little like blanket to say goodnight to this piece. That begs the big question here. Is The Smashing Machine deserving of an Oscar? And my simple answer is no. I can commend and respect the fact that they didn't go necessarily beat for beat with the original documentary, but it had tones that were tender, that were focused more so on the relationship, a little more dramatized, and I felt like the intensity of pain, of sorrow, of fighting was encapsulated so perfectly in the original documentary of The Smashing Machine. If you haven't had a chance, I would highly recommend you go see it. Though I think if people go into the Smashing Machine movie cold without even knowing the prior experience of Mark Kerr and seeing the original documentary, you're gonna get bored here. You're gonna wonder, like, what's all this relationship stuff for? We want to see The Rock fight, you know what I mean? At the same time, with all these standing ovations and praises, we were really hoping for an absolute banger of a film, a masterpiece, as if you went to church and you came back anointed. That wasn't the case here. I'm not mad about it. I don't think it's a terrible movie. It's just boring. And I mean, the box office right now is speaking for itself. The rest, we'll have to wait and see. Though I'll give respect and benefit to Mr. Rock Pebble Johnson, sir, because I'd love to see him do more of these different roles, not always with just big muscles and prosthetics, but give me a little bit of humanization. Save your money this week and wait for streaming of The Smashing Machine by A24. The whole thing with the Safdie brothers making movies now that they're apart, I think has nothing to do with anything personal. I think it's just, hey, I want to make this movie. Oh, that's cool. I want to make this movie. Oh, hey, cool. See you later, bro. Because now Josh Safdie has a movie called Marty Supreme coming out soon. And I can confidently say I'm rather excited about this. But don't go smashing all the way to the theater to see Smashing Machine because you might be disappointed. Put your comments down below on your thoughts on The Smashing Machine. Are you going to see it? Did you see it? Let me know down in the comments below. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.